Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. It is me, SB, and I'm so glad that you're back. So today I really kind of don't have a plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up all the scraps from my projects that I've been working on, which, by the way, my shop is open and it is my Ko-Fi shop. So yeah, if you want to head there to check out my Ko-Fi shop, I will leave a link in the description box below and in an iCard up here. Also, you will have a QR code if you want to scan that if you're watching on TV. So I've been making these little booklets for notepads, and they're for skinny little notepads. And I have a bunch of scraps, and I wanted to do something with them. And I have been saving my little boxes. As you can see, this is mac and cheese box. And I wanted to make something with these. So what I decided to do was to take my scraps and basically do a what do you call it? Like a collage type thing on it. But what I'm going to do, instead of doing it on this side, I'm going to place the collage on this side. And then we're going to make something out of this. So let me just grab this one. And of course, we're going to need glue. But what I'm going to use instead of this is some, what do you call it? Gel medium, acrylic medium, whatever it's called. Grabbed my materials. I'm either going to use a matte medium or a Mod Podge. Actually, I think I'm going to use Mod Podge. If you're curious where I got this big giant thing, I just ordered it on Amazon because I could not find a big one at any of my craft stores here. So it is super tough to open. Hopefully that means it's been sealed. So I know a lot of people say that you need to buff this off because things won't stick to it, but I'm gonna not. And I would suggest that you protect your surface with something. I just got some manila paper here. If you're curious where I found this, I have 2 big packs of this. I bought them at Walmart during their after back to school sale, whatever it's called, you know, after all the kids have started school again. Ooh, is it supposed to look like that? This has got a nice, lovely film. Ew, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm gonna use this. It's just a scrap piece of paper to put that on because my trash can here in my craft room, I don't put a bag in it because usually I just throw paper in it. So okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna use the small scraps of paper here that I have, and then we'll go to the bigger scraps. And let's see. I'm gonna try to make this cohesive. Here's all the small ones. Okay, so I am gonna do something rather. I'm gonna cut these edges off. I probably shouldn't use scissors for this because I'm not gonna get a very good cut. Try to preserve that long strip there. We'll use these for something later. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my strips on here, but I'm going to rip them because I am not a fan of the straight edges. I mean, I know a lot of people like everything to be perfect, but I don't. And if I have to, I will adjust and cut things down, but I really want to have these rough edges, even if they're not going to be real visible. So things are going to overlap, and things will probably be covered up. So I'm just going to go through and kind of create little strips of things. We're not going to worry about what things look like. All right, so I should have 3 of these. I'm going to save these for later. Also this one, because those are bigger. And just going to rip that. So the blue's going to be more in the background, so I'm going to start with that. Ooh, that was a lot. Mod Podge smells funny. Yeah, I've never really used Mod Podge, so didn't realize how. Actually, I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to kind of just put things down. Okay, so as you saw, that probably took me maybe, I don't even know how long it took me. I was so engrossed in it. Maybe about 20 minutes, just because I was having to cut and stuff, or like rip all the papers. But as you can see, I still have a lot of scraps. I can go through and make another one. But I quite like the way this came out. And once we cut it down even further, I'm actually going to put another light layer of Mod Podge over the top. So what I was thinking about doing with this was maybe making hidden paper clips, because I do like those because they're great to mark pages. They're not real hard to use, and this can just be the outside of like the decoration for it. And I think it came out really cute. So I'll be back whenever this dries, and we'll make a couple of hidden paper clips. Okay, so I got the papers that I want to use for my base. So the ones that I want to use first are these. So this one's not so pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gauge where I want it, and I want one side to be shorter than the other. And I'm going to make it just like longer than what I need it, because I'm going to fold in the ends to reinforce them. So I'm going to go right there, and I'm just going to use my fingers here. I'm not using a scoreboard or anything. And then right here, I'm going to fold this in until it is covered, because you're going to be able to see this. And it's probably not straight, but that's okay. I don't care. So like that. You see that? How it's kind of folded in? But I need to go in just a little further, actually. Sorry, my cat's getting into my scrap box right now, if you can hear that. Okay, So now it's lined up, and I'm going to fold the other end in as well. And you don't have to go nearly as far. So now we have this little doodad. So we got to glue this end and this end together. And I'm using Fabri-Tac, but I could very easily just use Mod Podge for this. It should probably be better if I did, as to not waste the Fabri-Tac. But that's okay. We're doing it my way. There we go. Beautiful. So I got my paper clip. This one, I think we're going to have to use 2. So I'm going to put the short edge, the short little bit of the paper clip towards the side that I made shorter. I'm going to do 2 of those. So there we go. So now we got this. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to punch a hole at the top of this so this kind of sits in there, so we don't have that weird bumpy thing going on, if I can find my hole punch. I couldn't find my hole puncher, so we're going to do this the weird way, and we're just simply going to use our scissors just to cut a little notch here. And the notch doesn't even have to be like crazy big. You can't even tell that I cut right there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And we just want a slight notch. Actually, let me cut this side just a little bit more. There we go. And there's just like a tiny little dip right there. And really, that is kind of going to make a difference, because this is now going to sit more flush. You see how that just now sits in there as opposed to the way it was sitting? You see the difference? So I'm just going to push that right there. And now we got that. So like I said, this is just going to be like the front of it. It's going to sit like that. It's going to be glued on there. And then the back is going to have something else glued on top of it, but it's going to be folded over. This will work beautifully. And this is going to go over and fold so that way we can cover the paper clips. I was going to say safety pins for some reason. So I'm just going to measure this out. And I wanted to leave a little border right here on the edge. So I'm going to push this in. And we're just going to cut exactly right there. So I need a, when you need a pencil, you never have one. Right there. And we're going to cut it just a titter bit. Right there is where I'm going to cut. So scissors. We're going to try to get a straight line. It's probably not going to happen, but that's fine. There we go. Set that aside. Now this is going to sit. It should have a little, see, it's crooked, but I don't care. It's going to give it character. So I'm going to kind of just put a fold right here. There we go. And I'm going to add glue to this here. Oh wait, I got it the wrong way. Like this. That's gonna be what's gonna happen. I'm gonna glue it on the wrong side. So let me add glue. I'm gonna add some Fabri-Tac here. Fabri-Tac's gonna go right on top of these, just to make sure that it's gonna adhere. And then we're just gonna go over the inners here. I probably went too far, but that's okay. This goes this way. Oh, actually I did pretty good. Okay. Just like that. Really gonna make sure that that gets adhered. Yeah, I did go a little over. Just gonna rub my hand over it. Try to ball up that glue that went over the edges. Okay, and now we're gonna glue down this side. There we go. Okay, so now we got the back side covered and we can decorate this as we see fit. So now we're going to take our little collage decoupage piece of cardboard, and I'm going to trim off all the excess here. And there we go. So here's our little collage piece. And I'm just going to measure here about where I want to go. So I'm going to put a little pencil mark. I want it about right there and about right there. So now I got it marked here and here, and I'm just going to cut this part down. I'm going to try to get it as straight as I can, but that's probably not going to happen. I'm okay with that. I kind of want it to look, you know, the way it looks. Things don't always have to be perfect, and it is very crooked, but you know what? I think that just gives it even more charm. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ink the edges with some, with something. I'm going to use my acrylic markers here. And we are just going to go over the edge. I'm going to try to find a color. My favorite color is purple. So I am probably going to use purple. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Instead of inking it, I'm going to just kind of go around these edges just like this, just to give it that nice, cute look. I don't know. This edge a little bit more. So hopefully you see that. Hopefully it dries. I didn't even think about the Mod Podge creating like a little barrier. Okay, so now we got it bordered. Hopefully you can see the border there. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'm going to do the same thing with this. So with this one, let me get a scrap piece. Oh no, that was a pretty edge. Look what I did to that pretty paper. Oh, that's okay. Do you hate when that happens? I was just like in the zone. And yeah. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so now I got this aligned in purple. That looks cute. I like it. I might actually go over the top here. And we are going to see this blue right here just a little bit, but that's okay. All right, hopefully this is dry. It looks like it's dry. And then this is just going to sit right over the top of that, like that. I think that's going to look so cute. Now, hopefully it will actually stick to this because I don't know if it will. I'm going to put a nice little layer of glue on that and then glue on this. I'm going to go a little heavy with the glue here, seeing as it is cardboard. And we're going to pop this right, oop, look at that. I need to glue that down a little better. This down, right on top. I'm going to flip it over and put some pressure on it. Now, I could also use another strip of this, but seeing as we kind of got the same colors back there, I don't want to do that. So I might just embellish the back with something. I don't know what, but I think you get the idea of how I did this. I mean, you don't have to follow any types of rules. You can just have fun and play with it. I'm going to show you it's not dry yet, but this is what it's going to look like on your page, whether you put it at the top or on the edge of your page. It's still going to look very pretty. I was thinking of I wanted to make like a long one, but I'm trying to use up my scraps. But as you can see, when you use up your scraps, you wind up creating more scraps. I don't know how it happens, but it does. But here we are. I think it came out so cute. I love it. I'm going to use it in my little notebook that I use to jot down ideas. So this is perfect. I might, I wanted to add like a little tab here as well. So that might be another idea, is to add a tab. And as you can see, it is a little stronger. So I just used regular paper. We doubled it up and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so here it is. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on how I made this. I literally just threw together this video because I wanted to do something with all my scraps. So yeah, if this video inspired you, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, I want to let you know that my memberships are open and you are more than welcome to join. You don't have to, but they are open and I'm going to try, I promise I'm going to try to post more videos in there as people join. There will be exclusive content for members. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.